Hello there, everyone. Happy holidays to you all, and I hope this most festive time of year finds you all well. I don't know about you all, but if you are around or above a certain age, you might remember gathering around the TV during December and taking in the delight that was Christmas and holiday specials, movies or extended specials made to celebrate the spirit of the season in most of the best and worst ways. They've become a bit of a dying breed since traditional television has slowly been losing the war to streaming services. Not to say that there aren't still new specials coming out nowadays, but there's just something that doesn't make them quite as special as the older ones, which felt more like a treat, an event, when they would come on for a brief time and then disappear for the rest of the year. Maybe that's just my rose-tinted glasses warping my view of the time I spent growing up and watching them, but I can't help but feel that Christmas specials, or really specials pertaining to holidays in general, aren't really all that prevalent nowadays, with most of them being relegated to the back end of streaming services or the bottom of bargain bins in the DVD section of Walgreens and Walmart. And no company brings me back to my Christmas childhood or makes me think of those poor forgotten dollar DVDs more than Rankin-Bass. Well, some of you might be familiar with the name. They went dormant in the late 80s and really only exist now to manage their trademarks. I am sure you have at least heard of their work. In fact, I've talked about them before, way back when I did my review of The Last Unicorn. They also did several other adaptations of classic fantasy literature as well, most notably The Flight of Dragons, The Hobbit, and The Return of the King. No Fellowship or Two Towers for some reason, though. They were also responsible for a lot of classic animated television shows too. Remember the original Thundercats? Yeah, that was them. Lots of people think that was done by Filmation for some reason, but they also did Silverhawks, Tiger Sharks, The Osmonds, and the Jackson 5. Okay, so their subject matter wasn't always the best, but nonetheless, they did have a pretty decent track record, even if most of their stuff hasn't aged particularly gracefully compared to their contemporaries. But perhaps what they are most well known for are their Christmas specials. From the 1960s to the mid-1980s, and one outlier way later in 2001, Rankin-Bass produced several Christmas specials, mostly based around well-known folk tales or songs pertaining to the holiday. While they did do some that weren't specifically about Christmas, their work on the holiday is the most well-known and well-remembered, particularly their stop-motion animated specials, such as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So for this holiday season, for all 24 days leading up to Christmas, we're going to watch them all, take a look at each, and see how they've held up over the years. And since Rankin-Bass didn't actually make enough Christmas specials to encompass all 24 days, we're also going to take a look at a few of the unofficial sequels that were released by companies after Rankin-Bass, because there were actually quite a few of those. I hope you all enjoy the journey. It's been a while since I've done anything this big to celebrate the holiday season like this. So sit back, relax, and join me as we spend the next 24 days looking at the entirety of the Rankin-Bass Christmas filmography, starting with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.